Headed for an ending. Yeah, I'm the one they want. Who the hottest in the A5 What's poppin'? You finna be my dragon. She spittin' fire, how your nigga in the castle. She doing damage, she be walking like a model in a big breath. Damn, this little boo just met a Miss Potent. Don't fake love me. I'm the boss, you work for me. I bet your nigga wanna freak from me. Beat his meat to me, I don't blame you. Young man, I'm queen. I be switching up the beats, sweep the streets, no opponent. Looking all crazy, can't fathom how I do it. This ain't what I ordered, ill. With me, that hoe gotta be retorted. I be on that pop shit, rock shit, fucked up shit, check shit, never with no messy, no petty shit. The mirror says I'm messy, it's some pettiest. Or do she mean the petty, it's some messy shit. I be sitting pretty on my throne, hoe. You can't manage if I was holding my own though. Produce bangers, midnight, I bingo. Chew up your couches, fuck up your acting. I'm spitting magic, I'm a total package. Can't relate cause your cloth is ragged. Your bag is off while your shit ain't smacking. Never needed validation from you niggas. Bitches, cause bitches got issues. And bitches can't handle this motherfucker smoke shit, sneak shit, choke, so typical. I'm so insane with the literature. Like, who you bitches really think I'm is? And what you bitches really think you did? Light my blunt like thou shalt smoke. Write another fucking banger just to shit on my trolls. And it's up. You can't find me. Gon' put a budget in line. Even if I freestyle, then free. Yeah, I know I look good. Better eat, bitch, better eat. If I was at the end of the line, I'd lead. Leon Lewis, soft slub, I bleed. Y'all be acting shake like a super song. I've been in Pensacola way too long. I'm the hottest in my city. I don't sit still for too long, gotta get it. Talking music, the epitome, nigga. I'm a sunbeam. Hope you been putting on sunscreen.
Yo, when I tell you my bitch is ill, I tell you my bitch is ill. Let me tell you, that's Miss Potent. Make sure y'all go check it out. It's up, Mrs. Potent. Go check her out. Yo, I've missed you guys so much. I feel like I haven't did a show in so long. How are you guys doing? I miss my royals. It's been a little minute, but I am back. It is a new year. Happy New Year's to everyone. Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. I know y'all haven't been around, but I'm engaged now. I popped the question. So if y'all missed that, make sure y'all go to our YouTube, The Royal Couch, and go watch the proposal. I have posted it online. It's lit, like it's good. I'm happy. It's a great year. We're claiming great success. We're claiming big victories, and we're claiming all and manifesting everything that we would want to achieve this year. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I also want to start off by saying you already know what time it is. We are sponsored by Dig the Kicks, who is owner by AD from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She sponsors the show. Her line is so dope. It's a unisex line. She got hoodies, she got joggers, she got sweatsuits, dad hats. She got it all. It's super lit. So make sure y'all go check out her website, digthekicks.com. And while you there, type in Royals in the promotion code so you can get 15% off. Shout out to Roland. Yes, we definitely need to get you and Ada back on. Shout out to you guys. Y'all doing big things. I also want to give a shout out to our other sponsor, SwagNationMagazine.com, the #1 independent artist magazine in the nation, guys. It's in the nation, and it's also distributed in 5 other countries. Do you hear me? Distributed in 5 other countries. This magazine is blowing the hell up, and we are a part of it. It is an amazing thing. And we are also collabing with Swag Nation Magazines to give you I Spits, which is coming out any day now. January 10th, I Spits come out, the first live cypher competition where the longest reigning champs gets to be featured in that magazine. Do you hear me? It's going to be featured in that magazine, which that means all your content, all your Q&A, your music is all going to be in 5 different countries. Oh, can you imagine the exposure that you're going to get? It's going to be super dope. So shout out to Swag Nation Magazine for collabing with us. We are also the correspondents for Swag Nation Magazine, which we would be doing definitely different press releases and also different red carpets. 2019 is going to be super, super huge. I also got a big surprise for you, but I can't tell you guys. So stay tuned for that. Shout out to my partner, Key, who is giving you everything lavish. Go to everythinglavish.net. It is going to be a lit situation once you get there. Flyers, websites, he does everything graphics. It's going to be so worth your time. So make sure y'all go to everythinglavish.net. Today's episode is going to be dope. We got Cuffin Season, which is the new hit web series reality show out right now. It is super lit. It's on signal23tv.com, and it's rushing the everything. Like, you know, this is all the blogs. Everyone's talking about it. Is a super dope show. It's kind of like The Bachelor. So you have Rico Pruitt, who is the Bachelor, and you got about 16 contestants fighting for his love. So it's a super lit situation, and I cannot wait to talk to our guests. So I'm going to bring him in. Contestant, and I don't want to give out his name yet because I do know that they haven't released the names of everybody yet. So
hey, hold on one second. Okay, there we go. What's going on? What's up?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on?
I'm great. I'm so excited to have you on.
Nah, look, thank you for inviting me. I'm excited.
No, of course. Listen, I'm so excited to get into Cuffin Season, but as my viewers know, we like to get into you a little bit before we get into the whole reality thing. So bring us back a little bit and get us into knowing who you are, and start off by telling us your social media and where everyone can find you.
Okay, well, my name is Morrell. My social media, my Instagram is NVOSoFoxy, ENVIEOH Foxy, FOXXY. My Facebook is Morrell Brown. How did I get on Cuffin Season? Okay, so
well, before Cuffin Season, Cuffin Season, how did you get into this industry? Have you always wanted to be on a reality show, and what was the steps that got you this far?
I always wanted to be on reality, like since I was young, like watching Love and Hip Hop and you know, watching Basketball Wives and all those things. Like, I've always wanted to get on a platform to just like tell my story, share a little bit of who I am, and you know, just one thing I didn't want to do though was act a fool. That was one thing I said I do not want to do. But besides the rest of that, yeah, I wanted to get on and just like, you know, and have something important to say, because I feel like people get these platforms and then they don't use it to the best of their ability. Right. So that was something that I said, if I ever get on anything, I want to be authentic to myself, and I want to, you know, I don't want to give people that are gay, lesbian, trans, or whatever, like a bad name. I wanted to do the best that I could and the best of my ability.
So you say you wanted to share your story. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? And what is your story? Who is, you know, you pronounce your name Morrell?
Morrell, yeah. Well, I am. I'm 32 years old. I live in New York City, and when I was born with sickle cell anemia. So, you know, dealing with that alone is very challenging. You know, as far as sometimes like when it comes to dating and stuff like that. Just my like everyday living. Like sometimes, like, you know, I don't know if you guys are really familiar with that is. A popular singer that has that is T-Boss from TLC. She has sickle cell, and you know, she's a really huge advocate for the community or whatever. And you know, it's a blood disorder that you know, basically, like, to get to the nitty gritty of it, it's painful. Like your joints, sometimes, you know, your legs, your back, your whatever, your arm, and you know, you can only imagine dating kind of is a little hard dealing with
Right.
that. You know, you tell guys or whatever, and they don't want to deal with it sometimes. You know, going to the emergency rooms and having to take pain medicine all the time, and you know, it's just hard. It's a really really hard
Right.
thing
So,
to
I can imagine.
yeah, it is. So I, you know, I wanted to use the fact that I got on the show and, you know, just to share and tell people like, listen, like, yeah, I have this situation going on, but I'm still thriving and I'm still, you know, doing what I want to do. I'm not letting this get to me. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna still try to date. Like, I don't care about, you know, the fact that I have this situation. Like, it's, yes, it is painful. It is annoying as hell. It gets on my nerves, but it's my reality. Like, I can't go back in time, you know, and say, well, can we change things? Nah, but it is what it is.
Well,
So
I want to say thank you for your strength. That's one thing. That's very
thank you.
inspiring to know because no, because you know we out here we complain about you know a lot of minor things that, and we don't realize that you know people out here really going through you know going through things you know really that is physically like you said painful, and you are still
Yeah.
out here thriving doing what you got to do. So it's very inspiring. So keep on shining because that's an
Thank
amazing thing.
you. Thank you.
So yes, definitely. So let's move forward. Of course, everyone is here for one reason. We're going to talk about cuffing season. So I do want to do a little bit because um, I I'm not so much doing a review on the show, but just getting your take on it. But I do
Okay.
want to say, so I watched the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, it's interesting. So how did Cuffing Season come about? Did you audition? Did they reach out? Like what was that process? How did you hear about it? And how did that whole thing go down?
Okay. Cuffing season. Okay, I'm gonna take it back a couple of months. Um, I I actually one day I was up at like 5 a.m. I had just finished watching a live that Henderson Maddox. For you guys that are not familiar, he's like the Megatron behind the whole company. And I slid in his DMs. I had just seen a live he did with Milan Christopher, and they were discussing like you know how they were doing a movie together. I think they actually filmed it already, and they were live just talking about it. And I was like, oh my god, like I want to work with him. Like he's, you know, he's young and he's like so smart and he's genius. How he's made this, you know, this business, and like I respect that. So I sent in his DMs, and you know, he was telling me like, you know, I like your look and stuff like that. Can you come to Atlanta and you know audition for me? And I was like, oh. At the time, I was dating someone, and you know, I was really invested in that, which I should have been more involved in my career, and I should have been a little bit more, you know, forthright with that. But I asked the person that I was dating, like, hey, like, do you want to go with me to ATL to, you know, audition for this guy? And he was like, oh no, I'm not down with that. Go by yourself, whatever, whatever. So that kind of,
Where would you be coming from? Where are you located?
I'm in New York City.
Okay.
So that kind of like took a back seat. I was like, you know, whatever, whatever. So then I would say like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, because Henderson and I, like, we slid in contact. I would DM him. You know, we would speak every now and then, and he slid in my DM and was like, would you want to do this reality show I'm doing? And I was like, huh, would I want to what? Hell the fuck yeah, I want to do it. So after that, like, as the weeks progressed, he would slowly give me like a little bit more detail and stuff like that. Because initially, none of the contestants, none of us knew who the Bachelor was going to be prior to filming. We did not know it was going to be Rico at all.
So
So
when Rico came out is when everyone really found out.
yes, like that is legitimately our all like initial reactions. Like nothing was staged. It was just like, you know, okay, this is Rico's gonna be here, y'all. So when he comes out, you know, look like that. No, it was they kept it a secret literally until filming. Like we had no idea. And, you know, I had thought it was gonna be him only because of the fact that I had knew he just had got back with the company. So, and I knew he was coming off of that big breakup with Arquez. So I thought it might have been, but you never know. So, I had said, okay, I'll do it. And then I think maybe about a week before we had to come to Atlanta, because I'm in New York, so they brought us down. Most of the cast is from like all over, but I think a lot of them are from like the Georgia area. So we all had got mind you, now the day I was supposed to actually leave initially, a lot of people don't even know this, but when was supposed to leave to get on my bus or whatever, I missed the bus because I got sick. So the next day, I'm like, damn it, I'm supposed to be in Atlanta by like 8, because we had to be on set by like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to just say I can't do it. This is not, whatever. But then something hit me and I was like, no, like I can't. Like, this is my first thing I'm really doing, and I don't want to leave a nasty taste in Henderson's mouth. Like, yo, like, you signed up for this and you didn't do it. So I flew with using my own coin to Atlanta that same day just so I can make it on set on time. Like, because I'm not the kind of person that, like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And
okay, so let me ask you this. So they reach out to you. They want you to do this reality show. Mm-hmm. Do they explain? They don't tell you it's Rico, but do they explain what type of reality show it is?
When I tell you, honestly, they didn't. They said it was a dating reality show. And then, oh, mind you, I also forgot to say this. I had to send in like a video, like explaining, why I'm single, how old I am, where I'm from. I'm looking for love because, like, stuff like that. And then about a week or so after, because I think they were still like, just because people sent in that video, it didn't mean that you made it. Like, they had to review everything, and then I think he had like one of his assistants call you like via FaceTime if you made it. But I had felt like I was gonna get on anyway. But they called me and they told me that, yeah, you made it. Pack your bags, bitch. I was like, okay, cool. They gave us like our travel arrangements and all that kind of stuff. But we did not know that. I had no idea that it was going to be like competitions and challenges and all that. I just thought, it was going to be just us in the house chilling. I didn't know we were going to have to be doing like, fucking MTV's The Challenge competitions and stuff like that. I wasn't aware.
I asked that question because, well, I'm a fan of About Him and different things of that nature. So, I know Rico, Pruitt and different things of that nature. And I do know how these shows go.
Right.
It's kind of like that soap opera, but then it goes into that like soft porn type of aspect.
Yeah.
And I asked that because now the Royal Count is not a ratchet show. So I don't try to bash nobody or nothing, because I'm going to watch the show and I'm going to support because I support Signal TV. But would you have still considered doing the show knowing the content of what it was going to give? Because it's more or less a provocative type of dating show.
Right. To keep it a stack with you guys, no, I wouldn't have. No. Because that's not me. Like, that's not saying that I don't like enjoy sex and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a sexual person and all that. But for example, like, my mom is, wanted to like watch the show, and now, she can't because a lot of things that are on, and that was not, it was something that she was like so, excited. And when I told her about it, and then I went and did it and came back, and I was like, yeah, so about you watching it, I don't think that you really want to, and it's not saying that the entire show is filled with like soft porn kind of things, but as you guys know, like, this is something that's supposed to be on his like new After Dark series kind of thing. So like the content is explicit, and that's what it is. And I didn't know about that. prior to doing it, you know, that wasn't something that I was like, that I knew of. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have did it. So I'm not gonna lie, it put me in a sticky situation because I was like, well, damn, I gotta do what? Oh well, I don't want to go home because I don't do it. So I had to kind of just make it do what it do, you know.
And that's what I was gonna get into. So for the viewers watching, and I try not to be biased at all, and my viewers know that. But for the people that's going to be, you know, skeptical on what you're saying, like, oh, I wouldn't have done it. Why did you do it? As far as when they asked you to do these things, because from the trailer, you know, we haven't seen the season yet, but from the trailer, you know, there's sucking up bananas and you know,
listen, when I walked out in the living room, I mean the kitchen, and I saw all those bananas and zucchinis and things and stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I know we're not finna cook anything with these. I already know what's about, you know, okay, let's go. You know, like, and then, you know, also, I'm sure, as everybody knows, you know, most of the cast are, you know, have done or still currently do porn or strip or, you know, so it's only a few of it. And I'm not spilling any tea or nothing like that no one knows. I'm not trying to bash anybody.
Everyone knows because everyone knows.
Right.
So
right, because I'm not trying to. Right, I don't want to come on here. I'm not the one that's going to be.
So we're going to get into that. So let's rewind a little bit. So we're going to get into the episode 1. So we get into episode 1, and
okay,
before Rico comes out, I guess you all are mingling and getting to know each other and just waiting around for Rico to come out, for the Bachelor to come out. Another thing I noticed is that they don't really say your names.
No, and that's for a particular reason.
There's contestant that. So I had to, you know, write this out as contestant this and contestant that, whatever the case may be. So y'all mingling, and it gets into it where the contestant 14, which is, and I hate to say this because I don't want to feel like it's bashing, but the one with the red jacket and that was missing the teeth, that everyone kept saying that he was missing the tooth, whatever. So him and contestant 16, who was like the star of the episode almost, you know, they start getting into it. So what was that aspect of you actually being there? Was it very competitive? Was everybody really at each other's neck? Like, what was that atmosphere since you were there?
So, okay, imagine you have like 16, you know, attractive gay men from all over the place. Some of them that are, you know, have done porn. Some of them that haven't. You know, various age ranges and liquor. You already know it's about to go down. So, and I feel like, you know, obviously that's what they, low-key, that's what they wanted. You know, I mean, you can't think that you're going to put a whole bunch of gay men in one room and give us a whole bunch of liquor and the kids don't start acting a fool. Like, you know, that was bound to happen. So it was almost like, you know, them doing a science experiment with the volcano and then boom, it erupted. Like that was going to happen. And me, you know, I'm really shy. So like when everything was going on, like prior to when everyone was mingling, like you don't really see me like that because I'm in the back just chilling like with my cup because I was just sitting there looking at everybody, observing what was going on. And as you were saying, the boy with the tooth, his name is Shy. He initially he wasn't even trying to start with the guy with the dreads. Like he was not trying to start with him at all. You know, if you watch the episode, you know, they were implying that particular person was on cocaine. So, you know, he was a little bit more enraged, I guess, than, you know, allegedly, because I'm not saying he was or not, because I'm not him. But, you know, so that, you know, was making him a little, I guess, if he was on that, whatever, you know, a little bit more, you know, turned up. So next thing, one thing led to another, and
so you do agree that he was a little extra turn.
He was definitely a little extra turn because, I mean, if he wasn't, the shit would have never happened. Like, yeah, now I don't know if, he had a little bit, because, they don't, see, another thing I will say, and this is no shade to anybody, but editing is a bitch. And if you pay attention when the boy with the dreads has his one-on-one with Rico, when they're talking, he was saying how, he's been drinking all night. They had us at one other place first. Then we went to that other place where the fight happened. That was the second location we were at. So a lot of people were already drunk prior to getting to the second location. We all met up at the first place, and some people you had to like purchase your drinks if you wanted to drink there. So of course, guys was gonna buy their own shit. So some people were drinking at the first spot. Then we went to the second spot. That's when the cameras turned on. Well, the whole, the cameras were on at the first spot too, but it was more so us just walking in and us just sitting down. Then the whole speed dating thing happens at the second location. And that's when the shit hit the fan. So people were drinking from the first location. So niggas was drunk, like, period. You know what I mean? So that was bound to happen. And then I guess, he felt like, if you watch the episode, Rico, he said something smart to him, and Rico was like, well, you can go home. And the boy didn't like how he was talking to him. So he said something else, and then they started arguing, and then boom, next thing I know, it was a big ass rumble. And I'm just like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, how old are we? Well, we can't come on this show and just like, actually, what's his name? My goodness. Oh my God. The light skinned guy with the tattoos. And he had the red on in his confessional. He had on the red, and he was saying like, listen, like, we're not here to be friends. We're here for the Bachelor. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, we didn't have to be best friends.
Let me get your take on that. So the Bachelor comes in. So, okay, they argue. That dies down a little bit. The Bachelor comes in. You see that as Rico. What is in your mindset when you see that as Rico? And what is the atmosphere like in the room when everybody finds out that is Rico?
A lot. We were all like, okay, he's a very handsome guy. Like, that wasn't, everybody was like, okay, that's cool. Now, a lot of people were shocked because, I mean, and me personally, I'm 32 years old, and I think Rico's like 23 or something, like 24. So instantly, I'm like, okay, that I ain't winning the show, because bitch, I don't think I'm Rico's type. And then if y'all watch the show, when him and because I was the first person to go up for the speed dating challenge, and when I'm talking, he and I are talking, and then all you hear was like crickets, because like it was no chemistry. I don't feel it wasn't given that at all with me and him. Rico and I have spoken, since that, and he was like, yeah, you're a very handsome man, and I see you as a friend. And I'm like, that is fine with me. To me, it was like, okay, I don't think we're going to be a match like that, but I'm here, and I'm not going to get sent home or go home. I'm doing this show.
So without spilling too much, how long are you in a good amount of the episodes? Like, or how when do you realize that it's not a fit throughout the show? Like, are we going to see you? Like,
you know what? It's so funny. I can't say what happens, but something happens, and what I can say is that I felt it happened because of my situation with my sickle cell. And if you guys pay attention to the trailer, y'all see like I'm crying, and I'm like, this isn't fair. I shouldn't have to go home. But things happen. I'm not gonna say what, but if y'all, you know what I mean, like, something happens and it gags the whole show. But because I was like, nah, this ain't right. Like, because as y'all see, we had like the whole wrestling challenge and a lot of physical things, and I'm like, you know what, this ain't my thing. Like, I'm not a physical person. Like, you know what I mean?
That was going to be my next thing. Your feelings involving not wanting to do some of these activities, but then doing them. What was your mindset then? Like, did you feel like was it like fuck it, I'm gonna do it, or did you feel like degrading, or like what was it that was going through your mind? Like, did you put the, did you stuck the banana like everyone else did? Like, what was going through your mind?
I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do what I have to do to try to, because at the end of the day, like, I obviously went on the show because, like, I am looking for love and all that. And I didn't know, like, well, maybe Rika and I would be a match. But, I mean, because it's because of my initial reaction, you don't know. So, you have to get to know somebody and stuff like that. But I will say, like, to answer the question, with the whole, like, banana thing and all that, and, like, the wrestling challenge, when it came to, like, the physical things, I tried the best that I could, knowing that it was not going to happen. And then I put myself kind of at risk, because knowing that if I did something, too physical, that it can cause me to go into a sickle cell crisis. And I'm like, well, fuck, I ain't trying to sit up on the show and go into a pain attack, and then I have to go in the ambulance and all that. I know that would really be good reality TV, but I'm looking for love and all that, but I'm not trying to put my body through,
that.
You know what I mean? So that's when you see the little clip of me, I'm like crying, because I'm like, yo, like, I don't want, I say, like, I don't want to hurt my body. Like, I don't want to, and I meant, like, I don't want to go, put my body through anything that it shouldn't have to go through, because I'm looking for love. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? That ain't kosher.
So your intention, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So your intention on the show, at least once you figured out what the show was genuinely to look for love. Yeah,
see, and I think I'm not speaking for anyone else. A lot of people might have been on for different reasons, but, I genuinely came on the show looking for that, because I feel as though that I'm 32 years old. I'm, somewhat, financially okay. I'm not like, when you're in your 20s, like I feel that's when you're trying to find yourself, and you're all over the place, because that's where you're supposed to be, all over the place. Like, you're trying to figure out things, and I'm a little bit more, grounded at the age I'm at now. So, and I want the same in return. Like, I'm trying to, find someone that, is looking for the same thing I'm looking for. They don't want to just be like all around the place, and oh, mind you, before any of that, congrats to you. I just wanted to say, congratulations. Like, that to me, when I heard about that, I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want too. Like, I want a ring and all that kind of stuff too. But back to what I was saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard, like, out here, especially for, gay men of color. Like, we have to deal with all this, jacked and grinder, and, guys nowadays are not trying to even just take you on dates, and, they want to just, because you can get a guy to come to your house, like, in the same time frame, you get a freaking pizza delivered. So who in that right mind would want to, invest in something serious when you can get it like that, So that's why I said, well, let me go on this little show and see what happens. You never know. And it was crazy. Crazy as hell. I will say, I also felt as though that I was kind of slightly like, I was an underdog, because no one knew who the fuck I was. I don't come from a porn background, or I'm not a stripper, or any of that. So I'm just a regular average Joe, basically. And I felt as though, like, okay, I don't have a huge fan base like some of the other guys do, whatever. Now, and then to top it off, I'm shy as hell too. Because there were plenty of times when, y'all will see, a lot of the other cast members would say, like, oh, you're going home first, to me. And I used to be like, well, damn, can I, can I? Right, and it was like, okay, don't always count out the quiet bitch. You can't count me out just yet. And y'all gonna see, like, I don't get counted out that quick. Trust.
I know that's right.
But
I know that's right.
right, you know, like, because I wasn't having it, because everyone thought because I was quiet and then all that physical stuff that was going on, like, oh yeah, he gonna get sent home, and no, like, I wasn't having it. I wasn't. But you know, it was a good experience. I can't wait for you guys to see. Oh my God, the next episode. I'm pretty sure you've seen that. That infamous photo shoot picture that's been all around the internet, and I got a lot of slack for that. A lot of slack.
Because of you being
From
rude?
yeah, from us being nude, and then just from a lot of people were saying, like, a lot of people some people, not a lot of people in the photos, like, our bodies were not up to par, like, as far as some people were saying, like, oh, certain people in this photo are not as attractive enough to be in a picture with Rico Pruitt. Like, they were saying Rico Pruitt, is like, I'm not saying he's not, like, at all. Like, he's definitely an attractive man. But they were saying that, like, a lot of us were not up to par to be in pictures with him. Like, he was like,
Like if he's better than y'all or something like that.
yeah. And I was just like, wow. Like, I'm not taking anything from Rico. Rico is very attractive. But what about the rest of us? Like, well, goddamn. Like, I'm not feeling it. But I feel like I'm not that bad to look at. I'm just saying. So, I don't think that them saying that was cool, but I mean, they were body shaming some of us, and just all these different things. And one thing that I will definitely applaud Henderson and the whole production for doing, they put most of us are a diverse, bunch of men. Like, not everyone is the size, whatever. Some of us
like
don't
that too.
do
I like that it's a whole different, like, slew of different individuals in there, and
right.
you make it, and there's a lot of different backgrounds and stuff like that. People with a lot of fan base, and then people with not so much. So it gives you a good variety of different people to choose from, which I did. I did a lot. I did love. So going back to the episode, so it seems like contestant number 16 was. Starting off with a lot of people, and he ended with, getting loud with Rico and having an attitude and stuff like that. So with him having the attitude, it caused a whole bunch of ruckus. He got, this whole thing yelling that Rico could get beat up, anybody can get beat up. He's about that life, this, that, and the third. So for some reason, I'm guessing Dre Sember, which is contestant number 8,
Mm-hmm.
was his friend, because I saw that they were
Dre
together.
Dre Sember and the guy, his name is Phor, Phor. Dre Sember and him are best friends, and it's funny because prior to filming, I knew only one. I knew Dre Sember prior to filming only because a week or two before we filmed, he went live on IG, and I had said, like, hey, how are you? Something like that. I'm going to be in Atlanta filming a reality show. Da, da, da. And he was like, oh, what show? I'm on something coming up as well. And then that's how we started talking. So when I got down there, I knew him only. I didn't know anybody else. And, yeah, I cannot wait for everyone to see, because, it was 16 of us initially. But as you can see, only 10 make it to the house. So obviously, some people didn't make it from that first evening. I'm not giving away anything or anything like that, but obviously you can tell, like, they didn't make it for whatever reasons. But that fight, that was a really, 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 really big fight, and it was kind of uncalled for, and and Henderson was very upset. So was production, and it was horrible because
they got into fights with production as well.
Yeah, as you can see, and and you could only imagine Henderson put a lot of time, energy, and money into doing the show, and that space that we were at, he obviously had to rent, and you're destroying this set, so now he probably has to pay back these people, and and it was just uncalled for. Like, can we all just act like and that's why when you see in my confessional, I was just like, yo, where did he get these people from the jungle? Like, come on. Like, I was so annoyed because I feel like as Black gay men, you know, why do we have to always fight? Like, that is so frustrating. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, can we just do what we came here to do and go the fuck home? Why y'all gotta always fight? Like, it's like you can't control yourself. Like, I wasn't
Well,
raised
there's
like
people
that.
that get in front of a camera and feel like that's what's gonna allow them to blow up or be the center of attention or be the fan favorite. Because let's be honest, Ratchet wins.
It does, and
And
I'm not even taking. It's entertaining, and I have had friends that have watched it, and it's crazy because they said, and this is like the honest truth. Like, a lot of my friends that seen it, they said like, "Yo, like, it seems though out of a lot of the people on the show, you seem to be the most like honest and legitimate person, like not trying to, you know, pretend to be anybody that you're not." And
they said in the Trace Seven, shout out to Seven Taylor, was like, it's giving flavor of love for the gays.
right, that's my best friend in the whole world. Like, yeah, you know, and it's crazy because being on it, it was like, okay, some of these things that we're doing are insane, and like, no, like on some real shit. Once I seen those bananas, I was like, oh my god, my mother is gonna kill me. But pass me that one right there, you know, like, because if y'all
Can
watch,
we get into some tea? Which I hate to be the one for gossip, but it's, you know, there'd be things I be wanting to know, like, and things that people be talking about, and there's a lot of things that, you know, a lot of activities happen in that household within the men there and outside of Rico and possibly with. So can you elaborate on that, or
let's just say, some things were going on in that house. Now, and this is the honest truth. I'm not just saying that just to say this, but I did not do a damn thing with anybody. Other people, honey, you know, the things were going on, and in different rooms, people were doing what they wanted to do. I, you know, Morrell, aka Uno, did not a damn thing. I like I kept saying like, okay, we're here for the Bachelor. You know, I am not here to do nothing with any of these other hoes. Y'all do what y'all want to do. And there were rumors going around. Somebody said that me and Shy, the one with the head on the red with the tooth, that him and I, because we didn't like to be around. Now, not that we didn't like to be around the rest of the cast, but we were in, because there was like 2 rooms upstairs or downstairs, beds everywhere, and him and I were mostly with each other because we both came to a little agreement, like, yo, let's just chill together because the rest of these bitches is crazy. Not in that way, but it was like, okay, it's drama in this house. Let's just stick together, type shit. And they were going around saying that like him and I were fucking around, and you know, I recently got into a little drama with Stroke Hogan, whatever his name is, and he was saying some stuff about me on IG, and I'm like, baby, Stroke. He's he's the dark skin. No, he's his name, his IG is Stroke. He's a stripper. That's not his name on the show. His IG is like Stroke Hogan, something like that. But he and I got into some drama recently, and I'm just like, this show is getting out of hand. Like, I came on here for a reason. You know, I didn't come in here to start with anybody. But I can say, as far as like the contestants, I was cool with, you know, I thought I was cool with everybody mostly, but that wasn't the tea apparently. But my favorites, I will say, is definitely Shy, Cash.
Who's your least favorite?
My least favorite definitely is at this point, it would definitely be Stroke. I don't really care for him too much because, you know, he's really immature.
What type of contestant is he?
I don't know. He was the one that he was like while they were fighting, he was just chilling upstairs watching. He's the dark skinned guy.
The dark skin one, the one that was being nasty the whole episode.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how he is with the whole season, basically. Reading everybody, just thinks he's like the girl, and it's like, baby.
He told Rico that he wanted to do nasty and use whipped cream and stuff, but he's gonna wait till
Yeah, just slutty, period. But I mean, like, girl, have some class. Like, I mean, come on. But anyway, I don't want to waste my time talking about her because she's irrelevant to me. But yeah, like she, like, come on, like. I can't. I just, I just can't. I mean, like, when you watch the episode, like, reading everybody, like, every time, like, I mean, nothing nice to say about nobody. Like, I mean, girl, it was, and then what's so funny? Talking all that shit, but smiling in everybody's face. Everyone's face. And then when shit comes out, confessionals come out, you're reading everybody. Now, of course, on a show like this, you have to be playful and say little things. And I said things about other members of the show too, but it's all in fun. But this bitch, you could tell he's reading everybody just because that's how he is. And, it's sad because, like, you get on this show and you're really trying to just tear everybody down. And you're not even that girl. Like, to be, reading everybody. Like, at the end of the day, I won't say nothing negative about not anybody like that because everyone that was on this show was picked for a reason. And it might be, because of what they might have brought to the show, because of their look, whatever, but they were on this cast. And Henderson knew what the hell he was doing. So, because he made a little video on IG saying that how basically the only reason why I got on the show is because of my sad story. And I was just like, girl, you are so mad. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, you adding my name and mentioning me and shit. And because that's the only reason why I'm addressing this bitch now, because she came at me first.
People do that. A lot of these reality stars and reality contestants do stuff like that to cause momentum while things are.
Yeah, and I know that. But I said
things spicy throughout the
season,
the social media world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
And I get that, but girl, you're not gonna get your 5 minutes of fame off my name, bitch. It's no shade. You better start with somebody else off the show, because I'm not. It's funny because I'm quiet and I'm cool and all that, and I don't like to get into all that. But girl, you are not gonna drag me on social media and think I'm not gonna retaliate. I'll say what I have to say, and then that's it. I'm not gonna keep going. I'm not gonna keep going. Back and forth with you and all that, because girl, you're not even. No, you are yours. You strip for a living. Come on. And I'm not knocking anyone that strips, but girl, like, your whole thing is you slide up and down a pole all day long or whenever. Girl, I'm 32. You're like 24. I'm not gonna argue with a child. Do you even have keys? Like, come on. No shade. And you guys will see throughout the season. I'm sure y'all seen in the trailer. I can speak about it. I mean, it's there. He's getting mad with production, saying like, "Oh, with the camera, get up my face," and all that kind of shit. Like, come on, girl. Like, you are so dramatic for no reason, fighting with everybody. For what? Is it because you want to start drama, or you want Rico that bad? I don't know. I mean, I won't say I loved the experience. Shooting it was so cool. I did meet some people that were really nice. I met some that I thought were nice and some that are really not too nice. Someone asked me would I do it again? Would I do it again knowing what I knew? I don't know. I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity and a lot of the things that it has started to bring me after. I was able to do this. I have a lot of different things lined up, photo shoots lined up, all that kind of. It's cool, I'm happy. But the drama, though, like, I'm not that person that likes all that drama. Like, I'm very introverted. I say to myself, I work, I do what I need to do, and all that. And me now doing reality TV, it's like now people are gonna see, you know, things that are not so positive of me. And, you know, I had to really think about it and like, do you want to open yourself up to the world like that? Because it's, you know, you see people on these shows and they do it and you have all these opinions of them, but now, not till I did it myself, I can honestly say like I know how they feel.
Right.
Like I know how they feel, and it's because I don't want to give it away, but it's just like something happens on the show, and you know the cameras are all in my face, and I'm just like, not right now, not right now. Like this is the wrong moment, and it's nothing sexual, nothing like that. It's like something personal that happens going on with me, and I'm like, yo, can y'all move the camera? Like this is crazy, and you know. And it's like, at that time, like, you cannot. Like, you have to just, the cameras are rolling, baby. You sign up for this. This is what you want to do. And I had to just keep it moving. But, like, I don't want to give it away, but it's just so crazy. Because, like, you guys, if you watch this trailer, you'll see me, you know, packing my bags. Like, y'all see all of it.
What we'll do is, once more the season airs out, We'll get you back on and discuss more of why, you know, you were crying, and when that episode airs, we can kind of get your take on, you know, what you were going through and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about, you know, not being able to say much because we'll have more to talk about. But I do want to get into you saying this being your first project. So has this opened up your creative juice? Like what's next for, you know, Morrell? Like, you know,
what's next for me? I want to do more reality, like more dating reality shows. I would love to do something like you know, like Chasing Atlanta, or like one of those, you know, one of them kind of shows. Like not where it's like we competing for no dude or nothing. I mean, and you know, I wouldn't even say that I wouldn't do another one like that, but it would have to be like the right kind of show, you know, like the right kind of thing.
More
you know,
daytime, less late night.
no, not even like I would do something more that's, you know, scandal and you know, all that. But I ain't with all the fighting and all that kind of shit. Like if we're gonna be fighting, girl, no.
I mean, Chasing Atlanta is gonna give you fat. No shade, like it's no shade because you know I do the after show for G Status, and I'm soon to be doing the after show for Chasing Atlanta. Shout out to
shout out to that. I can't wait. My homegirl Berlin, she's from New York. I knew her for years. She's on this season, and Jay Swan. So I'm excited for that.
But that's a lot of fighting, and the thing about that is you don't get eliminated, so you stay with these people ongoing, you know. So
right, see, but that would be like if I had to just be on a show where we arguing and all that, but it's like, girl, it's not really that serious to me, and we don't have to worry about being eliminated and all that, because that was another huge thing. And then see, you guys don't know this, but it's more so, it's going to look as though, you know, it's like a space in between these things. But they were filming like 3 eliminations in like one night. So, because, you know, you watch the show and you think that it's like, oh, okay, like one day, then the next day, and the next day. There would be 3 eliminations sometimes filmed in one evening, back to back. So, you know, you would think like, oh, okay, well, we were only there for like a few days. Like we got there Wednesday. I think filming was done like Monday. So, but the show is gonna air for 16 weeks. So, you know, you think that, okay, it's maybe 16. Henderson got fucking 16 weeks of footage off this shit. So, you know, 16 weeks. It's gonna stop airing in March. So,
my God.
Yeah, I know. I listen. I gagged myself. I was like, what? Like he has this much footage, but
That's a lot of episodes
It is. It
for a
is. It
reality
definitely is.
show.
It is. It definitely is. But I guess because it's like the first show from his After Dark series, and he knew that once he plugged Rico into it, I feel, people are gonna want to watch it because it's Rico Pruitt. I mean that's
Well,
he's in demand.
I'm already intrigued for season 2. To be honest with you, like I really just want to know who the Bachelor. Like I want to know like if this continues on, which I hope it does. Like who's gonna be like who's season 2's
Well,
Bachelor,
you know
season
what's so
3.
funny? When we got there initially, I thought that the Bachelor was gonna be this other guy that works with the company as well, named Alonzo.
Mm.
I thought it was gonna be Alonzo, and I was so hoping it was. I was hoping, and then he's the guy. He's the host, and he was the guy that was like, okay, you guys, hi, I'm Alonzo. Da, da, da. I was praying in my head like, please, I hope it's because he is so sexy, and he's older.
He looked like that whole Bachelor type of,
Yes,
like
don't he
gave it
though?
all. Like he
And
did. He
that's why
definitely
I
gave
was
it all.
and it was so crazy. He was the host. That man has multiple hats. That man was the host. He was the bartender. He and whenever I need, like, if I would talk to him sometimes about a little whatever, he gave me pep talks, and I was like, what the hell? Another person that was really, really cool too. We spoke a couple of times, but whenever we had something to do, he would always prep us. Like Lando King, like shout outs to Lando. Lando is he's definitely cool. It was a cool experience. Now, if they have a season 2, I don't know how that would work. But somebody asked me when I want to go back, if I got invited back. I don't know. I don't know. I would have to think about that. Um, because what I will say is, I feel like sometimes we don't have like good representation as far as like when it comes down to like the gay men that are not really as masculine, like the masculine gay men kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of, they don't really like, we're always looked at as like, the feminine gay men are kind of always looked at negatively. So I I wanted it to be like not an even number of us, but it was just more so like the masculine gay men kind of overpowered the feminine gay men in the house. So it was kind of like, okay, well, whatever, But I wish like it was a little bit more of us to, to the energy would be a little bit more balanced. But I mean, it was cool, Like I don't take anything negatively from the whole experience. It was definitely it was definitely entertaining. Trust and believe. And once y'all watch it, and see some of the stuff that happened and went down, and like the drama and like the explicitness of some of them scenes, y'all gonna gag. And definitely, I know there will definitely probably be a season 2 because I know, like, because it's good TV. It is, and I'm not gonna take that from anything. Like when I watched it as myself, I was just like, oh my god, Now the only thing I'm just gonna be gagging about is when, I see what the rest of the other cast said about me and stuff like that. That's gonna be the determining factor. And then we are doing a reunion as well. So this reunion is going to be in March. I have to go back to Atlanta to film it. It's going to be some tease because by this point, everything will be out in the air. But the girl said about who, and I'm sure they'll be needing some security.
So y'all filmed confessionals and all that already?
We did everything, all of it, right? Then we did everything while we were there. That's why, we would get up at like 10:30, 11. And we would not go to bed until like 5 o'clock in the morning on average. Sometimes even later than that, because we would film the entire day. We only would have like breaks, to eat and stuff like that. But we were like filming. We was on it. Like Henderson, he runs a tight ship, but it was all professionally done. They fed us. Everything it was a nice location. Like everything was really good. But he he was on point with everything. That I definitely will say. But yeah, like filming hours were they were a little long. They were definitely long. But you know, I got a chance and a taste to see how, you know, how the whole industry works. Like, you know, that's, you don't get no breaks, baby. Like, if this is what you want to do, camera's rolling, honey, let's go. You know, so I got a chance to see, you know, and experience it. So, and low key, like, I want more. Like, it gave me a little taste of it now, and I'm just like, okay, I want some other show. Like, if I could get on like another show, like, I would love to do like um Chasing Atlanta, or because I would, you know, move down there for a while or whatever, just, you know, to, or, you know, stay with a friend or something so I could film. Like, because when I do something, like, I get really invested and involved, and, you know, I give my all. Like, I don't just, you know, put, you know, like, bullshit out there. Like, I put my best foot first, you know.
Well, we saw that in just this one episode. Like you're right, you did show. It did see that you were classy. It did see like you were well put together. And I was like, you know, one thing that I did say, you know, when watching, I was like, okay, you know, because I was watching you, of course, mostly because I knew we was gonna have the interview. So I'm just like, okay, you know, I mean, let me see how his mannerism is, what's going on, and I feel like you definitely portrayed yourself in a well-mannered person, whatever, you know, in a well-mannered character. So for that, I appreciate
Thank
because we
you.
have a lot of well-mannered black men out here doing what we got to do on TV, especially. So shout out
Right.
to you. Before
Thank
we wrap,
you.
yeah, definitely. Before we wrap this up, is there anything else do you want to address as far as your future? Anything that you got coming up? Any things that you want to promote or anything to that nature?
Um, well, I have coming up. I have some photo shoots coming up this week, actually. As I'm trying to, I'm going on auditions and stuff like that. I'm trying to get on the big screen, like it's TV screen, movie screen, you know, whatever I can get my ass into. I'm trying to do, you know. As far as like the reality thing, you know, if there are any other shows that are, you know, I've been speaking to, you know, different, you know, people that are, you know, that do different things, you know, Gemini Films, you know, stuff like that. So I'm trying to see where I might be able to fit in, you know, but you guys will definitely have to stay tuned. 2019, I ain't playing with her, you know, like,
I know that's right. Claim it, yo. Manifest your own destiny. I believe it.
yeah.
And shout out to you, like you have a fan through us. We're gonna keep watching you. We're gonna keep supporting you.
Thank
I make
you.
sure to tune in every week to make sure you watch it and utilize your resources. That's one advice I can give you with going into this industry. Utilize your resources, and I don't mean to use people and what they can do for you, but know who's around you. Put people in place so that it could benefit both yourself and their self. You feel me?
Right.
Allow nothing but don't put yes people in your life, but put people that's going to support you and is going to allow you to grow and be a part of your dream as much as you're a part of your dream. That's one thing. And just be consistent. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Thank you.
Keep auditioning, keep fucking it up, keep applying because it's going to work for you. And always know that whatever you want, you got to manifest. Already know that it's yours because nobody can take away what's already yours. So you definitely have a fan through us and we support you. Keep and also one more thing, while you got 16 weeks, this show is going to be airing. So you got 16 weeks of marketing yourself and getting into while your name is still hot and buzzing. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get like that because once the show's over, another show is out and they, tend to forget about you. But 16 weeks,
Right.
that's a blessing. No shade. That's a blessing because you got 16 weeks for that show to be relevant in people's minds, for you to be putting yourself out there for people to be like, okay, I know who this person is and blah, 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 blah. You can do a lot of things for even what your condition and everything else. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that people love with positivity and stuff that you can markets that you can go down with just that. So just keep it up, and you're gonna do wonders. Keep up and keep this. I hope you keep this mentality when you blow up, because with this
Thank
mentality,
you.
you're inspiring a lot of people for real. For real.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Like, and because I definitely want to be, that person. Like, I'm not gonna, I promise, if I make it, which hopefully I want to, I'm always gonna be humble, down to earth, sweet, because that's just how I was raised. And, at the end of the day, like, I do this that I not I do this. I did this, for everybody. Um, you know, Everyone that might not have had the chance to get on something or, speak about something. Like, I did this for everyone, for all of us. Because if one of us makes it, we all do. And, I just, again, thank you for allowing me to come on and just talk about it. And, I'm so grateful. And I just can't wait to just see what the rest of this year has for me. And I'm excited. And again, shout outs to you. Congratulations, on the engagement.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it, and it's all love. And please keep. We are. You've been on the show, so now you're a part of the Royal Couch family. Thank you. I want to say thank you for coming on our little platform.
Oh,
Doing
please,
all of
little.
this.
You
Thank you
be
so
having
much.
the people on here, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. A part of our family now. So make sure
Thank
whatever it
you.
is that you are doing, let us know so we can help promote and shout you out and do whatever we can on our part to make sure that we're
Thank you
showing the
so
people.
much. And it's so rare to have people like you in this community that are not all about themselves and, are about, sharing the spotlight with your fellow bros and sisters. Like that's amazing to me.
That's
And
what it's about,
thank
man.
you.
That's all I want to do is support. That's all I want to do is support. And with people like you, we can do stuff like this. So thank you. Shout out to you again. Shout out to Cuffin Season. And we look forward to seeing you on episode 2 and seeing
Thank
what's going
you.
on. Thank you
Thank
again.
you so much. Have a great night.
You too. Guys, what a dope episode. He was amazing, guys. You guys were amazing. You guys was giving me a lot of feedback. You guys was very interactive this episode, guys. I really appreciate you guys. This is the first episode of the year, a very successful one. Masters from RuPaul Drag Race and RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 4. She's gonna come spill some tea, talk about some things, talk about some her being the mean queen, talk about her tour that she got going on. We're gonna talk about it all. It's gonna be lit with Jasmine Masters Tuesday. It's all love. We love you. To all our bitches. Good night.